This is the Battle of Thoroughfare Gap, and because of such good terrain, I get about 20 to 1, rounding up, lose only 425 men, kill over 8,000. You'll notice Harper's Ferries units are 1250 in size, battery of 24 howitzers, J.F. Browns, another battery of 24 howitzers, a 20-pound Parrott, a Sharps 59 Cav of 375, a little bit oversized because I think I'm going to take some losses, and a Sharps 3 with 350 men, which is the optimal size, hoping to get it its first star. So you also notice that everybody's command line is good. If the command line is not as good as the efficiency line, there's a debuff to efficiency. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another unit, which also has much better command than it needs. It has its first star, and I'm going to put it over in first corps. I'm showing you the, I build a couple divisions of ballast just to drive down the enemy numbers a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to bring the 1-star unit. I thought I was going to bring the no-star unit and get it its first star, but I'm going to bring the 1-star unit and get it some more XP. So we have this battle, and then we go to the Great Battle of Second Bull Run and have a great time at Second Bull Run is just a place to really load up, and then you get great rewards after Second Bull Run. So have about 8,000, the enemy has 10, and I'm going to put this on, I'm going to speed this up a bit. Even on Major General, if I'm only outnumbered 2 to 1, I figure it's going to be an easy victory, but this is almost 1 to 1. So this, and my guys have Harper's Ferries, and so this is going to be a really easy victory. So I'm going to put the two 24-pound howitzers, one on the left, one on the right, the 20-pound Parrott in the middle, 3 infantry on the right side. The game tells you that the enemy is going to get reinforcements on that road to the rear, which you can see right there, that road to the right, well, to the north, right there, that road that you see that goes off the map. The game tells you that an enemy unit is going to come in there, and it does. So, yeah. So I want 2 pretty good units on the left side. I want my J.F. Browns on my left flank. And yeah, get McClellan over to get his, give a buff to morale recovery. And also McClellan should be getting closer and closer to getting that very powerful 3rd star. So it's a really important perk I want him to get. So yeah, this is going to be basically the same thing I always do. Make sure my, it's kind of like a zone of control, doesn't extend across the water. I'm going to give the enemy every opportunity to walk into the water, and then I'm going to hit him. And that's how this is going to go. Yeah, that JF Brown has such a long range. I want to make sure that, because what will happen is my guys will fire at the enemy, and then the enemy will sometimes stop. And I don't want the enemy to stop. I want him to charge into the water where there's 0 cover. I'm also firing downhill. I have all kinds of advantages here. And so, yeah, we'll just wait for the enemy to come in to the map and camp. And yeah, we'll just tear the enemy apart. I also don't want my artillery to fire. I want the enemy to get as close as possible before I hit him. Because sometimes your artillery, especially those awesome 24-pound howitzers, they'll hit the enemy and the enemy will stop charging. And I don't want the enemy to stop charging. So yeah, this is sped up even. So man, look at the range of those that 20-pound Parrott. He has some artillery, so all my Parrots have to do is see him, and he's going to tear him up. So okay, the first guy stepped into the water and came out the other side, and we got some nice shots on him. So yeah, that's great. Wait for this guy to get closer before I open up at close range. Yeah, and I'd like for my detached skirmishers. My detached skirmishers are giving me great visibility, so that's terrific. Just having detached skirmishers for the greater visibility is very, very worthwhile. I'll go ahead and get my Supply wagon moving back and forth. Good, here he comes. I'm going to wait till he gets in the water and then hit him. Actually, I should wait till he gets... let everybody take a shot on this guy. Hopefully all 3 units will get a shot on this guy. 1, 2... Hopefully the 3rd one will get a shot. Your dismounted cav do more damage than mounted. So, yeah, that guy got torn up. And he now has 3 units on my left. That's great. It takes some extra time to get to be able to move across the water. Unfortunately, now he's in the woods, so we've got a little bit of a fight on our hand. Yeah, but we're firing downhill and we have very good cover. So, yeah, that's all good. So, my cav, I sent it forward, and it just continued to chase after the, I guess, the skirmisher unit. So I'm going to run that skirmisher unit down and kill it. So I need my commander on my left now because things could get really intense over here. So, yeah, I'd like to just kill that skirmisher unit. He's isolated, so my cav should be able to tear him apart. Okay, this is actually really good on both flanks. The guys in the center there are in water, and yeah, they're just getting torn apart. By crossing water, they're going to slow down. I'm going to hit him. Actually, the 20-pound parrot will fire a canister there. Yeah, that infantry unit is retreating in a really bizarre direction, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Yeah, actually, the JF Browns and the Cav unit can easily wipe that guy, the unit that is retreating to the edge of the board. They can wipe him out if I can just keep visibility. Yep, JF Brown's getting nothing but free kills. So I have all day. I can let the JF Browns just milk that for kills. Yeah, they might be able to get, say, close to 300 kills just on that one unit. Yeah, I've dismounted the Sharps, so he gets more kills as this infantry unit retreats. So I've mounted up the Cav unit so that the Cav unit can stay on the flank of that infantry unit. And I want to get some easy shots on him as he falls back across the water. That would be very nice. These 2 guys who are undersized now, they're going to take serious hits from my 24-pound howitzers and the 20 Parrot. I'm going to let the other 24-pound howitzer fire too. I mean, it's just, that guy's getting torn up. Okay, I'm a little concerned because the guy who retreated back to the rear of my line, having trouble seeing him, so I'm redeploying my Cav so that my JF Browns doesn't get ambushed. But apparently the JF Browns saw him and fired a shot, and I can see his shattered unit. Guys, if you look closely at the screen, his unit has shattered and you see the guys running. Yeah, once a unit gets isolated, it's pretty much toast. So I can see his artillery. That's great. My 20-pound Parrot can start tearing his artillery apart. And he has more guys coming into the water. And those units are tiny. Well, one of them's tiny. But the other one's not going to take many hits. So I'm going to wait. Just wait patiently for him to attack. The JF Browns have him not fire. I want that guy to... oh, that's great. Let them both get into the water. Just patiently waiting for them. Yep, now everybody's going to hit him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. units and a 24-pound howitzer going to make short work of these guys. So one of them's already routed. Now they're both routed. Okay, his unit came in that comes in as a reinforcement, and I have plenty of guys over there just waiting for that moment so we can crush that guy. And once he retreats, then everybody can get on the front line, and we won't have to worry about any more of his reinforcements coming in. So, oh man, the cav unit is having such a great day. And that enemy unit is way undersized now. He's not going to take many more hits. So the 20-pound parrot is just chipping away. Oh, and his infantry, my cav unit, not only got a lot of kills, but shattered that infantry unit. And there's another tiny unit trying to make a crossing. So run some folks over there and get some shots. Yeah, and the guy who came in as a reinforcement on the road, he's already routing. And his number has gone down. So because the enemy scales to me, the enemy units were pretty small to begin with, and then because I built 2 divisions of ballast, they're pretty small and fragile. I really enjoy fighting smaller enemy units. It's not that important on Brigadier General. On Major General, though, it's crucial. So now I'm going to move a detached skirmisher and my JF Browns around to the rear of the enemy army because it's pretty safe, and we're going to pick apart this this artillery unit that we can see, and hopefully the enemy can't see my guys. So yeah, if I can just morale shock them, that would be great. I'm paying attention to the JF Browns, making sure that he doesn't get spotted. I certainly don't want the JF Browns to take any shots from his artillery, so I want them to stay hidden. Yeah, he's got another guy in the water who's undersized. And I think he's gone, so... Okay, here's another guy who's approaching the wood line that I'm occupying. He's in the open, so that should be fun. Okay, his infantry seems to be way undersized and fragile. Yeah, that artillery is taking shots from JF Browns. JF Brown's getting low on condition. I'm going to have to rest him at some point. And I can't seem to morale shock him. He got canister off onto my detached skirmishers. That's bad. So my 20-pound parrot, come on, hit this guy. So I have a force coming up on the flank of this this artillery, and okay, the infantry in the way just got annihilated. My detached skirmishers need to get up that artillery unit. I really want to get it to rout before it gets any volleys off on any more of my men. And then it's just run it down and kill it. Just keep pressure on it. My cav unit is racking up melee kills, which is great. Yeah, he didn't take that many shots. From that wall of blue that came up and then shattered him. And now I don't want to attack his infantry that's in the woods until I get artillery moved up. So I have 3 batteries of artillery. I'm going to move those up into support. A lot of players would want to just attack like crazy because we're winning. Well, the thing is, the enemy will stand and fight, even though in this situation, any commander would have his units rout, and it would be just chase them and run them down. But these units are going to stand right where they are and fight. They're not going to try to flee the map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my guys in good cover in front of them, and I'd like to catch that guy in the water before he gets out of the water and get some shots on him. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and just move the artillery up and let the artillery just degrade the enemy's morale and efficiency. I want my cav unit to, which has done a great job in this battle. I want him to capture his supply wagon. I mean, we now outnumber these two infantry units by quite a bit, so this is pretty much a given. My sniper, I had to rest him, so you'll notice the JF Brown isn't doing anything. I had to rest him, and yeah, he's recovered a lot of his condition. I have to move him a fairly large distance, though, again. By the time he gets there, his condition will be down. But the good news is, the more you walk these guys, the more their condition, their stamina goes up, they develop. It's like they become able to do forced marches. The more you force march them, they get better at it. And this is actually pretty accurate. When the armies were first formed, the people weren't used to walking. And so the armies would travel a short distance and everybody'd be exhausted. And toward the end of the war, people could walk all day because they got in excellent condition. So, yeah, the more these units walk, supposedly the mechanic says that their condition should go up. But I'm real happy that my cav unit is just getting lots and lots and lots of kills. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build up, get XP. I'm farming XP at this point. I'd also like to capture these guys. If you capture them, the entire number is taken from the manpower pool. If you shatter them, then the shattered men go back to the enemy manpower pool. So now capturing them costs me more casualties than just standing back and shattering them. Because anytime you're in melee, you probably get 1-to-1 if you're lucky. So, but if I can hit this guy with overwhelming force, I can maybe capture him. The bad news is, when enemy units are in the woods, they tend to fight better than if you catch them in the open in melee. And unfortunately, that unit to the north is putting up a fight. Okay. Yeah, we lost a total with medicine of 425. So the enemy lost over 8,000. That's a good day. I'll take that. So yeah, interesting how, yeah, the enemy started with a whole lot more men, but that's okay. So yeah, Harper's Ferry was the best unit. The Cav unit got the next highest number of kills. Man, that's outstanding. JF Brown had a great day. 24-pound howitzers, even though they didn't get the most kills, they morale shocked the enemy every time they fired. That's a surprisingly low kill for my my 124-pound howitzer. I obviously didn't have him close enough to the front line. The enemy is using Enfields and 42s, interesting, and some Palmettos. And I'm using Harper's Ferries, and that's the big advantage on Brigadier Generals. I'll generally have much better equipment than the enemy. Okay, see you in the next battle. Thanks.